Hi, art friends.
Hello, art friends. How are you doing?
Anyone remember us? We've been missing a bit longer than what we intended to be due to, we were told that there was going to be internet in this place when we moved in.
Someone honking outside. We live in a rough area, okay?
The rent's more expensive here though, it's not fair.
Yeah, it's more expensive, but like Steph said, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. We didn't have internet for a while, which means we weren't able to update you properly, so we're sorry about that. But we are safe, that's the main thing. We have internet now so we can make videos.
We have a roof over our head.
The moving process was, as you can imagine, stressful.
We keep finding things that have broken in the move, including a bunch of camera equipment.
The tripod, like, broke. So right now we're using my phone, which is duct taped to a light. It feels like I'm looking at the sun.
We also still don't have a fridge, so we're waiting on that to be delivered.
Yes.
We've ordered one.
It's taken a month for the fridge to arrive, which is really... Again, I think that's just because of where we live, because we live in the middle of nowhere, so we've had to wait a month for a fridge, which is kind of weird, but it does get me out of the house every day to get food, which has been kind of nice. I'm trying to see the positive in it.
Another reason to be going out the house regularly is that this place is on a flipping pay-as-you-go meter. And we were talking to some of our patrons about it, and there's a bunch of people from different countries that don't even know what like a pay-as-you-go meter is. So I thought this would be a fun learning moment for everyone.
My sweet summer child.
So a payment meter, I grew up with a few of them as like a kid.
Yes,
although we were put on them
you did.
because we were in like debt. So they're normally like a punishment, I think, which is ironic because they tend to be a higher tariff that you pay for like your electricity.
Yes,
so
that's right, yeah.
your gas and like your electricity, you have to pay it on like a top-up card, kind of how like mobile phones used to be like topped up, and you've got to go to like a corner shop, and then the corner shop usually is only open until like XYZ time or whatever. And if you're using your electricity while like all the power goes off, then that's it. You just sat in the dark, everything goes off, it's really cold.
It's just...
Speaking of which, when we first moved into this place...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we couldn't get the electricity to work, we had like no way of plugging in like a heater or anything. Still haven't figured out how the radiators work here, but to be honest with how expensive everything is, I don't even know.
They're
if
dead
I
to
want
us. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use them.
But yeah, definitely not living the prepayment meter. We've spoke with the landlord, he's cool with us changing it over to...
Which is nice, actually. Yes.
To like a monthly heating bill. It's just the companies themselves. I don't know if they're just dragging the feet because they're making so much money out of everyone, because it's ridiculous that the majority of people who end up on these prepayment meters, they tend to be people who are struggling with payments or in debt or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they're expected to pay like almost 5 times as much as something, not 5 times as much, but it is a lot higher than
It's
what
like you say, it's like a punishment, They have to have all the money in advance, which is what this prepayment thing is in. In case you guys don't know, it comes with like a key thing. Like it's like a USB stick in a way. And you have to put money on this thing in a shop, like Steph says. And then when you've done that, you have to like physically plug it into your electric meter thing. And then that's like added like an old phone, like Steph says.
I was saying, I grew up with one of those, like, when I was like a kid. And it just feels so old-fashioned. I can't believe that these things still, like, exist. Like, the idea that in a world of, like, the internet, that there isn't a way to top up your, like, electricity and your gas over on the internet.
No. I was expecting to like come across a chimney and have like a little chimney sweep child stuck up there or something, because it's super old. But then again, this house is very old.
Very old.
This is this house is like over 100 years old.
It's definitely super well ventilated, but it's so cold. But we are also going through like a cold snap with the weather.
Well, that's the thing with older houses. Like the place that we were in and we started the channel with was built like only 30-something years ago, whereas this one, because it's like super old, like old houses are just built colder. There's no insulation, it's just bricks basically, and that's why it gets cold. But hopefully in the summer... So that's why I'm in
like PJs and then I'm normally walking around with blankets around me, so bring on the summer, I am ready.
That's what I mean, hopefully by summertime it won't be too bad, because the old place did get very hot. So I'm looking forward to that.
But yikes, it was so depressing when we first moved into this place and we couldn't get like the electricity on with how cold it was, because at the time it was in the minuses.
Yes, it was. It was like -3 or something like that.
And I was so worried about like the guinea pigs, because guinea pigs need to have like their temperature at like a certain amount or whatever.
They do, yeah.
So Adam, he was trying to call like this electric company and the housing agency people, and everyone was just sort of fobbing him off. And it was getting really close to 5 p.m, which is like when most people they'd be going home.
Yeah, they weren't really interested. Yeah.
And Adam was on the phone and he was just like, "Is this something that we can get sorted? Because it's getting really dark and we can't see anything, and it's getting mighty cold."
I didn't want to say a four-letter word at them, you know.
As you can see as well, this is the bedroom of this place. Previously, we used to film on like our bed because that was where we had like the most space.
This is the bed, yeah.
Whereas, not too sure if we're going to be really filming much in here because it's like, where on earth do you even start with telling people with what's going on with this place?
Steph has been finding adjusting hard, to say the least.
Oh, I'm just so stressed out. There's just so many things to arrange. I want to get like electricity arranged, but we're on some vague waiting list with no indefinite end.
Like all we want to do
is be warm.
Well, that is one thing. All we want to do really is make videos again. Honestly, you know, get back to like the normality of it. It's a process, and I'm sure you guys know when you move. It's a process, isn't it? You don't just move and everything's magically done. You know, there's always like a million things that you need to do and change and move stuff into rooms, move them out of rooms, put them in different rooms, you know. And that's just what we're going through, you know, at the moment.
This place could be almost close to perfect if it just had cupboards. That's like my pet peeve.
Not to confuse you guys, it does have kitchen cupboards, but no storage.
A really small, like, little kitchen. But in the previous house, we had like a towel airing cupboard, which you underestimate how useful something to just put towels in is.
That's
for
true.
Keeping just crap out the way.
Yeah, like anything like that.
Because now it's like, where am I supposed to keep towels? At the end of my bed? Am I supposed to put them on it? We don't even have a shelf. Am I allowed to put up a shelf? It's a rented property. These
Steph
things are really stressing me out.
She really wants storage.
We don't have a wardrobe because the other place had a built-in.
It did,
like a slide-in wardrobe that Adam was sat in the previous.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Did you see that? That was horrible. That was tragic, wasn't it?
That was great for like sticking these kind of boxes in. Oh my god! When we first moved in here, these boxes, because the ceilings are really high in this place.
It's tall, yeah.
They went up to like the ceiling and they came forwards like 3 boxes.
Yeah, the ceilings in here are probably about 8 foot tall, I'd say.
They're
about
really tall ceilings.
8 foot, because it's old.
Because in some ways, this place feels smaller than the other place, especially in terms of like storage and stuff.
Yes.
But then it's so much taller than the other place.
We can't spread out, we have to go like up.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what I can do with like up there, but I'm gonna start thinking creatively.
Like say some kind of shelves maybe that are narrow but tall.
Yeah.
Maybe. We're just like staring at the wall.
I don't know, it's overwhelming because
it is. It is overwhelming. And it is also kind of sad because obviously, as we said in the previous video with you guys, we started Doodle Day in the old house, and it's not just YouTube memories that we have strongly associated with that place. It's also the longest place that Steph and I have ever lived together in.
And it's the longest place I've ever lived, like full stop. That's like the most
Steph's
homely home I've ever had.
Yeah, so it's a big adjustment and it's a big change, and we're very keen to just get settled in and make some stuff, you know. I feel like you'll feel more settled in when there is more of like
a routine to like
a settled routine, yeah, with what we do.
Because at the moment we are still going back to the other place to get it like all cleaned up for stuff, when we transfer the keys over. There's a couple of bits still left there that need like bringing over, but for the majority we've had thanks to the coffee. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for all the help with the coffee. This
absolutely
has not been possible whatsoever.
We wouldn't have been able to move if you guys hadn't helped us with that. In all honesty, that's not like dramatic YouTube moment stuff. We literally wouldn't have been able to. So it's a huge thank you to you guys.
So basically we don't drive, and apparently most people who are like moving house, they can either drive or they know someone who can drive. We tried talking to a local taxi company, and they said that they can't help with anything to do with moving boxes because they're not insured for it. Even
which is fair enough.
Boxes or whatever.
Steph was very angry, but I understand.
If I just didn't tell them we were moving
I tell you, it's a really good job I do handle all the phone calls in this place, because when something goes wrong, Steph goes... It's like, it's alright. It's like, yeah, I know that I can go to a quiet room. It's okay. We have like a rabid animal in the house. She gets really mad. Well, not mad, upset, I guess.
Not on phones, I just sort of...
In the background.
Tell them we can't do that, we don't have a car, that's not an option.
But yeah, seriously, the whole moving process was made so much easier because of you.
There's so many things that we need to like fill them in on. Like, for example, we last talked to them on YouTube during... In
December?
Yeah, it was the Christmas like stream that we did, and everyone's asking for updates, and bless them, we had like literally no updates. Then it got around to like the 1st of January, and we were calling up all these companies, and we still had all like the away messages, because as you know, like when people on Christmas holidays and stuff, everyone's out of office.
Yes.
So we ended up having to wait close to, I'd say, maybe like the 6th or 7th of January until people came back to work.
Yeah, I'd say around there, yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much as soon as like these, because until then we didn't even know if we'd managed to get like this apartment, and we couldn't view other places because they were all closed. And at that point, we had like 4 weeks, or maybe less than, 3 weeks left on our eviction notice.
Starting to get a bit sweaty by then.
Yeah, we'd got most of everything like packed up in boxes, but we just had nowhere to go, which...
Yeah, we were ready to go, but we had nowhere to go.
It was so overwhelming as well, because we bumped into an issue with our ID. I can't remember if we talked about that in the previous one, but...
Yeah.
I hadn't renewed my ID. It was a passport, because mine ran out around the time that 2020 happened, and I thought to myself, yeah, we don't talk about 2020. So, I thought to myself, like, it's not like I'm gonna be booking any holidays abroad anytime soon, so I didn't renew it, stupidly. And Adam's just never had anything like that.
It was getting to the point where the government weren't 100% sure if I existed or not. It was getting pretty dire. They were like, who are you?
We had to go to like our accountant, and then like this housing company was saying that we're going to need your accountant to provide like a passport number, and the accountant was saying, well, I legally can't give like my own passport number.
Which is fair, you know, that's their own information.
I don't
nothing to do with
expect
it.
to give her a passport number just because we didn't have like ID in time.
Exactly.
So I was looking at trying to sort ID in time. There was no way I'd be able to get it in time, and I was thinking, oh my god, if we end up like homeless over this
because of you,
because of stupid passports being expired, and oh my
Steph's on the street with her finger at me, you did this to me. It was you.
It was me too. We were both.
Oh no.
So yeah, at the moment, one of my focuses, I just really want to quickly sort some ID out, so in case I get evicted again or something, I can prove that I exist. Oh my god, there's just so many words like swimming around in my head.
It's crazy, because it's been like 2.5 weeks.
There's so much to update on.
There's so much stuff.
It's ridiculous. We ended up having to call like our doctors. Even our doctors had to refuse like signing like our IDs off, because they were also required to give like a passport number. In the end, we had to go to a thing called the Citizens Advice Bureau, and we were like, look, this ID that we're being asked for, we don't have like all the forms that they're looking for. We have sort of like proof of current address with like letters and stuff. We have like birth certificates, although mine's not an original birth certificate.
No.
We've got lots of things that just look really dodgy for whatever reason.
Yeah. We've got like Miss Expired over here and Mr. Does Not Exist.
Well, you do exist, it's just... In terms of photo ID, it's very hard to prove that your face belongs to
It does?
Adam.
Oh my god, that's so rude. Oh my god. We were shopping for like supplies for this new place, and I had an unmasked moment where...
It's not an unmasked moment.
It is. It is.
That's like an autism term, and it's...
I'm using it.
No, it doesn't. He's trying to learn how to use the word mask, but
it's not going good. It's not going well.
He had a vent or a
there we go. Yeah, one of those.
Completely different.
I went shopping and it was like really stressful, as you guys probably know. And she was all happy, and I felt really bad because she was like, "Oh, did you have a happy Christmas?" And I just went, "No."
No, we were evicted.
And she was like, "Oh."
Yeah, and she was the one who said, "I hope that you have like a happy New Year." And I was thinking
she was, yeah.
a New Year celebration, and then I realised she meant, "Oh, we're already in the New Year and we're partway through." Like, it's taking my brain's just so scrambled up with everything that's going on. It's all happened so fast.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of change in a short space of time. After next to nothing's changed for like 7 years, which has been bliss for me.
That's it. Well, that's it, isn't it? I'll never take for granted ever again, like living in a place and having a routine. Because gosh, just having a routine and a place where you don't feel like you're gonna get evicted is wonderful. Which leads me on to something that I want to say. So, shut up for a minute. This year, right? This whole moving process has probably been the most stressful thing I've ever seen Steph go through, like in her entire life. So I never want her to go through that again, unless we are moving into a house that we own, right? So this year, I'm going to work really hard, and so is Steph. And I really want us to be in a position where the next time we move, it'll be into our own place. It doesn't need to be huge. It can be a bungalow. That's ideal for Steph and her joints and stuff. That's wonderful. That's perfect. That's great. So all I'm asking for this year is your guys' support to watch like our videos, streams, you know, anything that we put out into the world, comics and zines and things. Please like join us in this like a year where I'm gonna bust my balls and I want to save up. And the next time we move, like I say, I want it to be in our own house. And that's only going to be possible with me, Steph, and you guys. We're all in this together. You're definitely coming with us when we own a house. You don't have a choice.
I love how you say when we own a house. To me, that feels like such an overwhelming goal, because like neither of my parents have ever owned a house.
I don't care. Like after this, I never want to rent ever again. It's horrible. You have no power over anything. It
does. It sucks. But I think most people watching probably understand what that
I'm
feels
sure
like.
most people watching who do rent do want to own a house too. I'm sure you guys can relate, right? But I never want to put Steph through that again. Like I say, unless it is when we move into our own place. That's my goal. So please help me, because I can't do this alone. Not without you guys and not without Steph.
You're very sweet. He's jumping into
I'm not sweet, I'm bitter. The whole moving process has made me incredibly sour. So it's more so, like I say, I want to own a house out of pure spite at this point.
The house that's spite the
yeah. Sorry, no, that's not too good, is it? Yeah, but like I say, I can only do that with you guys and with Steph. So this year is going to be our year. I don't see very many people saying 2023 is going to be their year. So it's going to be ours, and we're going to do it together. So please, you
We're
guys.
off to a strong start over here.
It's all right. We missed the fire. We missed the start gun. We'll be all right. But like I say, yeah, please do. You know, everything that you do. You know, comment, share, subscribe, all the stuff that you do. But even more so, I want to work really hard, and we already ask so much of you guys, but this year I'm asking you guys to work extra hard with me, you know, let me be responsible for this, and we can do this together.
If you just join along and watch our videos or come along to the live streams, that's like more than enough.
Yeah, exactly. But please let's make 2023 something positive for me and Steph, in that maybe this time next year, who knows, we might be able to look into moving into our own place. That would be the dream, of course, but let's work really hard to make some kind of positive impact in our lives, because I'm very tired and fed up of seeing Steph get so upset about the whole moving process, because, you know, as you guys know, she is autistic and she struggles with change, and this is easily the biggest change that's ever been in our relationship, and the emotions and things that she's shared and how she's been. Like, I never want her to go through, you know, it sounds selfish, I don't want to ever see her be like that again, and I'm sure she doesn't want to be like that ever again. So I really, really want the next time that we move to be in a place that we can call like a forever home, and I can, you know, and I can sit Steph down and I can say to her, like, yes, this is stressful, but you're not gonna have to do it again. You know, like, just like say to her, like, get through this, and then you can have a routine, and I'll make your desk up again for you, and you can have your little art corner, and you can. I'm getting a bit emotional.
I know it's making me.
And you can, like, just be happy. I guess that's what it is. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, just be happy. You know, like a happily ever after home. That's the one. That'd be nice.
We both look like we're gonna cry.
Sorry, guys, that wasn't my intention. I'm just very passionate about it, as you can probably tell.
It's been a difficult couple of months.
Yes, it has. Yes, yes.
Not out of the thick of it just yet. But that said, we have been so incredibly lucky to have you guys who've helped us out with the coffee and everything.
You guys are the silver lining to the horrible
really,
dark cloud that's this situation.
Knowing that there's like a community of people there who even just care to hear about our stupid little updates and me venting about stairs being too steep and
those stairs, gosh, yeah. Another reason why I want to get Steph a bungalow, because there's no stairs. It's just, you know, it's called, I don't know if you guys know what that is. In this country, they're called bungalows, which is just a ground floor house.
Apartment,
yeah, it has no stairs or anything like that. That's all that is. But yeah, that's why I want to get one of those for her, because then her hips hopefully will heal a bit better.
Well, the last place, it was like a ground floor apartment.
It was wonderful for her. Yeah, another reason why she didn't want to go. She was sat on the floor one night getting upset and crying, and she was like, I don't want stairs. It's like, I know, honey. It's gonna be okay.
The other apartment that we were in, that had been like purpose built for like an elderly person.
Yes, an old lady lived in it before us.
Yeah,
yes.
The bathroom had like little support handles and all kinds of different things to help you like get up and stuff around the house. And there's just not as much like disability support in this place, which it feels
again, because it's
old.
old. Yeah, like that was. I'm sure when this house was built, like the 100 or so years ago, disability wasn't much of a thing back then. Well, it was a thing, but people didn't think about it back then, did they?
They'll probably just throw people like me in the trash. So at least
that's awful.
At least these are better times. Oh my god, I feel like I'm going delirious. We've not had internet for a long time. I very quickly ate through my phone's mobile data, you know, like trying to swap over like electricity bills and all the important
and then
things.
Then I made the huge mistake of teaching Steph about data tethering. Oh god.
Those are some good times.
Yeah, so then Steph quickly burnt through all of mine as well.
Yours went to a very noble cause that I used that to look on Brat's Reddit.
Yeah, to go on Reddit, I was like, no, this is important. We need this for like emails and checking like updates with the landlord and stuff like that. And she's on her bed going like, oh, do you like this Brat stuff?
Oh my god. And then during that length of time, I had a family crisis, which I didn't even find out about until we got the internet.
Yeah,
back.
Because they tried to contact Steph through the internet, yeah.
Yeah, and because of like the cold weather, it looks like one of my relatives has been in hospital with pneumonia. So,
yeah.
Oh my god, why is this year like this? There's gonna be someone else out there who's also having one of those years.
Of course, you know. I mean, and I found out the other day, didn't I, that I had an uncle that died as well, which sucks.
We're off to a strong start with this 2023, but Adam's in high spirits that we're going to own a house one day.
I'm in one or two things, either high spirits or denial, and I don't care which one it is. But yeah, in all seriousness, again, please, all I'm asking is just keep doing what you do, I guess. You know, don't forget about us, watch our videos and stuff. Please help me make this our year and turn this really poo-poo situation around, and hopefully turn it into something incredible by this time next year.